Hi, Yehuda and Maya. Yehuda and Maya.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Thank you so much for joining me in this video podcast in quarantine situation.
Yeah.
First of all, I will explain why we're talking in English, even though this is a series of video podcasts mostly for the Israeli public. It is because you guys have huge fan base around the world, more than 8 million followers in all your different social media. Your story is amazing, and I'm sure all your fans are curious to know how you're doing in this crazy time. So we decided to talk in English, so everyone will benefit from this talk. So first of all, how you guys are doing? How is Ariel, your baby, and how are you managing life in quarantine? And please tell us.
So we're great so far. Feeling very good so far. Not getting out much. Only like 100 meters away from our home. Like backyard, outside a little bit.
What we allowed to.
What we allowed to breathe a little bit of air. But that's it, basically, just for groceries, shopping, and that's all.
Ariel doesn't notice any difference, right?
Yeah, so I think she's having fun. She's with mommy and daddy like 24/7. So yay for her! It's like a celebration. Corona celebration for Ariel for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure all the kids are enjoying their parents at home. And yeah, exactly. You're illustrators, okay? You have such a huge fan base, but you guys are illustrators, and you managed to tell your own story through your art, through your creative tools. And so many people around the world feel attached to you and find themselves in your story. And this is really, I think this is an amazing success story. Your ability to work together. I already met you a year ago in your studio, which is much nicer than this.
It was over a year ago.
Over a year?
Yeah.
Crazy. When we met
crazy.
last time.
And so why do you think people find your story so relatable, even though you're from Israel? And, tell me.
I think maybe because we're talking about a true situation, like a real situation. We're
talking about basically relationships, so it doesn't matter where you're from, and it doesn't matter where you're staying and what is your socioeconomic status or religion or whatever. As long as you experience relationship when you were young and as an adult or as an elder, it doesn't matter.
And now with Ariel as a parent, so everyone can relate to that. We're not inventing anything. Everything is a true story, and it's also basically everyone's story. So I think this is why everyone can relate to.
It's the behind the stories of relationships, actually. What really happens in relationships.
As for your question earlier, if we manage to work while the coronavirus is right here and the quarantine with Ariel at home and everything. So it's hard. We do it on shifts, kind of like most of the day I'm with Ariel and Yehuda is trying to work.
Hey, I'm spending also
time
with Ariel. Don't put me like this.
Sorry.
I'm also a good dad.
Sorry. During the day, during the early morning when I need
we're doing shifts.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Okay,
shifts.
Let's say this is what you're doing shifts. You're doing the night shifts. I'm doing the morning shifts and
equality.
We manage.
How do you put this in your creative work, in your illustrations? What's happening now?
We made actually one illustration about the corona situation, about the quarantine last week. We posted online, and it was basically about what's going on, that we need to be at home all day, every day with Ariel, and trying to keep distance from everyone. And it's stressful for us because we're very social people. We like to visit family a lot, and we have family actually that live very close to us, and it's hard to keep distance. So we talked about that last week, but we're trying to, I think, because every week we creating content, we're trying to keep the content as real as possible. We don't want to talk only about the stress part of the quarantine.
And we're hoping everybody's staying safe and taking precautions. But we want to talk about the stuff that could put a smile on people's face, like the way how they live with a baby and to act as a young parents, stuff like that. So this is what we focus on these days.
You make your living not from having 8 million followers, but from the lectures that you do in Israel and around the world, and also merchandise that you sell and your books that you sell. And so now everything is on hold. How do you feel about it? What do you think you can do with that? Because we don't know when we can go back to normality, when things can shift.
This is a very good question, because I don't think anyone have a real answer to that. Everyone is in the same situation, in the same stress, like economical situation. It's tough, but we're trying to think positive. We're trying to find an alternative way to create, a little bit of money until all of this situation will be over. But yeah, I think because we are creators, we invented for ourselves how to create money from our art initially. So I think we figure out that we can continue and find different ways to continue and create money from our art. Like the base is the same base. So we just need to be very, very creative about it.
And we can give you a scoop.
Yes.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Which one? Yeah, that we are gonna be doing lives.
Oh yeah.
With our lectures and workshop in our social media. So if we can't go physically to those countries or Comic-Cons or those events, we're gonna be online on the people's living room, telling the stories about one of those days' origin and hot details and stuff that we never told nobody, or how the...
Thank you for the Wi-Fi, basically.
Yeah, basically, thank you, Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi God, thank you.
So yeah, and we're gonna we have a workshop when we teach how to create the perfect one frame. We're gonna do it. We're gonna teach it online, so people will still could get us, our art, our content, our knowledge, everything.
But this is not for free. This is a way for your fans to also contribute or help, in the situation, and also get content.
Support.
Support. Yeah, it's not going to be very expensive. It's going to be a very cheap way to see our lecture. We haven't figured out it yet, but it's not supposed to be expensive. It's supposed to be something that we can make a living out, so we can continue and create the content, but also that everyone can see and watch and learn.
But if you want to talk about free merchandise that we do, spread.
Yeah, exactly. We made WhatsApp stickers, and it's completely free. We posted because we wanted to continue and share our content to our viewers, and we know that everyone is right now in a economical difficulties. So we figure out that not everything needs to be with a price on it. So we try to figure out things that we can do that doesn't have to cost money. For example, WhatsApp stickers. So we posted online linked that you can download our art to be in your own cell phone.
I saw it. It's so nice. I think also before this crisis and everything that happened, there are other ways that that you can use, and maybe you can talk about that other people, other creators can use to sustain their creative life at the moment, like Patreon, or what kind of tools do you know that are out there that you can use?
So Patreon, it's a platform that you upload your art, and people that would like to contribute, they can do it in any amount that they like. They can do it in 1 cent or $100, and whatever they can, basically. So if if a lot of people like to support your art and purchase your merchandise or your books, this is one good way. But if you don't have any money but you still want to contribute to other artists that you adore and like, so Patreon, you can contribute with even 1 cent. You can, as an artist, you just upload your art, open an account on Patreon, and spread the word that you're on Patreon. For example, we give on Patreon sneak peeks to our illustration every week, which is fantastic.
And it goes on and on and on. For
you just
merchandise, shout out on the social media, even original sketches.
Oh yeah, totally, doodles.
So it's very
we love
open.
Doing
you can be very
Patreons.
open-minded about it. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So this is a support base that you count on usually.
Yeah. It depends. There is artists that actually, I think, live from Patreon, make a living just from Patreon, which is great and fantastic that they can do it. This is exactly why it's made for. But us, we have a lot of other social media networks as well, and we cannot put our content only in our Patreon page. Mm-hmm. So it's not our main income, but it helps. You know, it's a bit of extra money every month that we can use to continue and create our art. I think as an artist, the best way of thinking that you can adapt is just put seeds everywhere, you know, a little bit of Patreon, a little bit in YouTube, a little bit in maybe on Instagram, a little bit on Facebook, and just from every place you will earn a little bit of money, and then but at the end it will be like enough money for you to be able and continue create your art.
So what's happening on YouTube?
We do have YouTube. It's not a major channel. I think we have 167,000 subscribers, which is a lot.
Yeah.
But on YouTube, you need like millions of subscribers. And
you need to be, if you want to succeed in YouTube and make a living out of YouTube, you need to be focused. Full-time job on YouTube. You need to focus on your passion and your art on YouTube. But we are trying to put ourselves in everywhere.
Because our audience is everywhere, not just on YouTube or just on Patreon.
Did you have some things canceled, like that you were planning to travel for, or do things that were canceled?
Not canceled.
Delayed.
Delayed. A lot of lectures delayed, and also lectures here in Israel. But also we have already 2 Comic-Cons that were delayed. We were supposed to return these days from United States. We were supposed to be at Lexington Comic-Con in Kentucky, but it was delayed to May. Hope that it will still happen, and if not, just make it delayed a bit longer and not canceled totally.
Yeah.
And we also were supposed to be in Sweden next month, also for Comic-Con. It was, and this one as well, been delayed to June.
And the list goes on.
Exactly. So we're waiting like everyone else.
Do you worry for your income?
We're not trying to think about it. We're not wasting our time and energy about being I don't know, be worried about stressed about it, because it's happened.
Everyone is like us right now.
We're not special. So it's delayed. Now we have an open window to do other stuff.
That we never had time to do. For example, talk like
this.
Like interview on video, and maybe to do lives on our social media and connect with our audience directly from social media live, which we never do. So this is our time to be even more creative than what we are usually.
We actually got an opportunity to do something new. So we look on this in this kind of way, not just saying, oh my God, we got canceled, we got delayed, boo-hoo, what we can do, oh my God, the world is so cruel. But it got delayed. All right, what can we do? How can we make a living in this situation?
That's why we're doing this also in English. This is really an opportunity to realize that we are all really connected in this crisis, and we are all creators are dealing with the same worries and with the same situation that we are all trying to figure out how to survive this crisis and continue our creative work. And this is really an opportunity to engage with social media, which a lot of creatives don't do or don't know how to. So that's why I thought you guys are the best guides for this. And it's quite amazing what you guys are capable of doing with illustration, which is, a very specific way of creating artwork. And so
I think actually now more than ever, we feel that our content is so necessary because everyone is so stressed right now. We totally understand that. We're in the same page like everyone else. We're in the same crisis like everyone else. So we totally get that. So I think as much as, like happiness that you can spread, it will be better. So if we can add a bit of smiles to everyone's faces once a week, that's enough for us.
My perspective on this situation is shit happens. Smile. Okay, so this is me, and this is life. You can let them kick you, or you can stand tall and kick it back. Ta-da!
That's great. So where can we find you on social media? Like, where do you do the live talks?
We will start on Instagram, on our story on Instagram, Yehuda Devir or Maya Devir, but the live is going to be on Yehuda Devir's page. Mm-hmm. This is where we're going to start, and we will update if we will have, like, if we will want to do a full lecture, what we're going to do. We're about to do our full lecture. So a story on Instagram, it's I don't think it's the right platform to do that, but we will update.
So guys, take care of yourselves. We did it.
Thank you.
We tried so many times, but we did it.
We're trying to make this conversation for over a week now. I'm so excited that we finished. Wow.
Success.
Yeah. Really. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, keep smiling. Take care of yourself.
By the way, spoiler alert for the fans out there that keep asking us about new merchandise. We're gonna launch our new shop.
Yeah, we're
soon.
Waiting a little bit.
We're waiting a little bit because of this coronavirus, but we have a lot of such
new merchandise.
Cool and new. You want to show them this one?
We got Ariel a new backpack to kindergarten.
Oh, that's so nice.
How amazing is that?
And she even got a place to put her laptop.
Yeah, if she had a laptop.
If you have a laptop.
Yeah, totally.
So we have a lot of good and so cool stuff waiting for you out there.
We're not sitting around and suffering from all the situation. We're trying to make the best out of it. So, yeah.
And you should do too. Also, all of you guys out there, stay safe, stay at home, and soon we're gonna come to your houses live with our lectures, workshop,
and everything,
content, and
Great.
Thank you so much for the conversation.
Yeah, for the opportunity.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.